Island was Ataria, home to strange and wonderful beasts, ancient ruins, and most importantly, magic. Magic was everywhere here, flowing through the very veins of the earth, singing in the streams and thundering in the waterfalls. This magic was known as Ona, the life force of the world, and only the purest of hearts could hope to wield it. One young adventurer who had mastered this ancient art was Althea, a fearless warrior with flowing red hair, emerald green eyes, and skin the color of sun-kissed wheat. She lived with her adoptive parents, a kind old couple named Rowan and Ilara, who had found her as a baby, floating in a basket on the nearby waterfall after a terrible storm. As far as she knew, they were the only humans on the entire island. For Ataria was primarily inhabited by mythical creatures, some benevolent and some not so much. There were gruff but good-natured trolls under the mountains, playful dryads in the forests, cunning but fair-minded pixies in the swamps, and all manner of fantastical beasts roaming the island as diverse landscapes. Althea spent her days honing her combat skills, training with her trusty sword and shield, leaping over fallen logs, and practicing her swordplay against the gnarled branches of ancient trees. Her greatest desire was to one day leave Ataria and see the world. Having heard tales of great heroes from distant lands, but her adoptive parents always dissuaded her from leaving, claiming the outside world was too dangerous for a lone adventurer. One fateful afternoon, while exploring the overgrown ruins near her home, Althea stumbled upon a small opening concealed by creeping vines. Curiosity piqued. She pushed aside the foliage to reveal a narrow passage leading into the earth. With a mix of trepidation and excitement, she stepped inside, feeling a sudden rush of cool air on her skin and the faint scent of wildflowers filling her nostrils. The tunnel was dark and dank, but somehow she could see perfectly, as if illuminated by an unseen light. After what felt like hours, the passage opened up into a vast cavern filled with sparkling crystals that glittered like 1,000 stars. In the center stood a magnificent white marble palace, its spires reaching towards the cavern ceiling adorned with intricate carvings of fantastic beasts and mythical heroes. As she approached, the palace doors swung open, and a chorus of ethereal voices echoed through the cavern. Startled, Althea instinctively drew her sword, but the voices grew louder, clearer, and she could make out words. "Welcome, Althea," they sang. "You are the one who is prophesied to return and restore our kingdom to its former glory." Cautiously, she lowered her weapon and stepped inside. The interior was even more breathtaking than the exterior, with high ceilings adorned with murals depicting scenes from a glorious past. Crystal chandeliers hung from every available surface, casting rainbows across the vast hall. Suddenly, figures emerged from behind ornate pillars. They were beautiful, ethereal beings with gossamer wings and skin that shimmered like moonlight on water. "Greetings, Althea," they said in unison. "We are the Lunarians, and this is our hidden kingdom of Lunera, once a thriving nation of light, now trapped in this timeless cavern by the machinations of the Shadow King." The leader of the Lunarians, a majestic woman with silver wings and hair like spun moonlight, approached Althea. "You may wonder why we have called you here, child of prophecy. It is because you are the only one who can defeat the Shadow King and free us from this prison." Althea was taken aback. She was just an ordinary girl who loved adventuring, not a prophesied hero. But the Lunarians insisted, and sensing their desperation, she agreed to help them. Thus began Althea's grand adventure. Guided by the Lunarians, she delved deeper into the caverns, discovering wondrous sights along the way. They flew through luminous crystal gardens, tended by shy rock gnomes, navigated mazes of shimmering energy, and even sailed across a moonlit sea on the back of a giant turtle. All the while, the Lunarian warriors shared stories of their glorious past, when their winged nations soared through the skies of Ataria, bringing light and warmth to the world. But their idyllic journey was not to last. Lurking in the cavern's deepest recesses was the Shadow King, a malevolent sorcerer who had plunged Lunera into darkness and enslaved many of its inhabitants. His forces ambushed Althea, and a fierce battle ensued. Swords clashed, spells flew, and Althea's emerald eyes flashed with determination. Though outnumbered, she fought valiantly, her movements fluid and graceful, her blade flashing in the dim light. Just when it seemed she might be overwhelmed, a blinding flash of light erupted from her outstretched hand, striking the Shadow King and sending his forces reeling. Startled, Althea looked down at her hand in disbelief. What was this power? The answer came in a whisper from the elder Lunarian. Embrace the Onya, child of prophecy, and let its power flow through you. Althea closed her eyes, reached deep within herself, and unleashed a torrent of blinding light, blasting the Shadow King and his minions back. Drawing on the ancient magic of Ataria, she cut the sorcerer's dark magic, severing his connection to the enslaved Lunarians. Freed from his control, they joined the fight, and together, Althea and the Lunarians overwhelmed the Shadow King's forces. Finally, it was just Althea and the Shadow King, and he was powerful. The cavern shook as he unleashed wave after wave of dark magic, but Althea stood firm, drawing strength from the love of her adoptive parents, the gratitude of the Lunarians, and the beauty of the world she wished to protect. With a final surge of the ancient magic of Ataria, she shattered the Shadow King's phylactery, banishing him and his dark magic from Lunera forever. The cavern erupted in cheers, and the grateful Lunarians hailed Althea as their savior, but she knew she couldn't stay. Ataria needed her. With a heavy heart, she bid farewell to her new friends and promised to never forget them. Back in the human world, Althea was a hero. She traveled the world, helping those in need and inspiring awe in all who met her. But no matter where her adventures took her, she carried a piece of Lunera in her heart, a reminder of the ancient magic that flowed through her veins, and the friends she left behind in the timeless cavern. And so, the legend of Althea, the last hero of Lunera, was passed down through the ages, whispered around campfires and carved into ancient stones. A tale of courage, friendship, and the enduring power of light over darkness. Hey there! If you enjoyed this nostalgic journey into the hidden kingdom of Lunera, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more enchanting tales. And if you want to continue the adventure, then hop over to our website, where you can find more fantastical stories just waiting to be discovered. Thanks for joining us on this magical adventure. Until next time, keep believing in the power of friendship, the magic within you, and the courage to explore the unknown.